We in there. We in there. We in there. Welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. I'm your host, Domo Jones. How you doing? Y'all good? Are y'all good? Are you straight again? Uh, 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 ah. We in there, y'all. We're episode 13. Know what I mean? That's crazy. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for seeing what we talking about over here. You on One Being Brave, you feel me? All right, so let's get into the what? House rules. No profanity. We don't do that on this show. You feel me? It's too many words in a dictionary. We're gonna use all them bugs stuff for the 8 or 9. We don't need to. It's too many words. We're gonna use the other ones. Also, no bashing of race, religion, gender, politics. Gabe, why is this Showtime still on? Because that's bothering me. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm about to give you an extra 5 cents because you're on it. My God. Also, no bashing of race, religion, gender, politics, or sexual preferences. Why? Because from one blood. He made what? All the nations. So all y'all invited to the barbecue. Tell them I sent you. Who gonna check for me? Exactly. Ain't nobody gonna check for me? No, just like this would. What? We all cousins. We all kinfolk. Auntie them, mama them, grandma them, grandpa them. Okay? All of us. Also, this show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 million people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. Oh heads, you already know what I'm about to say. And newcomers catch on very quick. Get you one of us in your circle. Get you one of us in your circle because we are a part of the top tier community. And then my guest, she already raised the bar high already. So all I'm saying is just get you one of us in your circle. Like it's tiring being like just it's tiring. It's woo. That's all I'm gonna say. Just get you one of us in your circle. When you get it, you're like, dang, Domo, I know. I've been saying it too many times. Just get you one of us. Also, this is now. Listen very close to me. I need you guys to listen with your good ear because it's one of the most important house rules. I don't know what they do over there, but over here we talk about Jesus Christ. That they ain't got nothing to do with, but JC is the way to be. Bars. Jesus Christ is better than white rice. Bars. The King of Kings be doing his thing. But are y'all getting it? Like are y'all catching on? Are y'all picking up when I'm putting down? Is all I'm saying. Jesus Christ always. He always. Hey. Always about to be the number one stunner. Is that Victor? What's that, Vic? Always about to be the number one stunner. What? You feel me? Always. Also, this show is one of the very few shows that has a hostess with a disability that interviews get. Wait, did I say that? I feel like I already said that. That's it already. I don't. Wait, did I say that? Child, my mind. Oh Lord, I knew it was. What's that, Vic? I feel like I already said that, but did I say it? No, I don't think I did. This show is one of the very few shows that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. Did I say that? It don't even matter. Y'all know the house rules. Y'all already know what I'm about. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. It don't even matter because that's not the important part. The important part is Lady O, Tyler Perry, Mother Ava DuVernay, and we got one more. Dr. Holly Carter. I'm about to see all 4 of y'all. All 4. Lady O, we're gonna be outside. Tea, no crumpets. We don't know what's in that. So we're just gonna put that to the side. Thank you for your time. It's gonna be time to go next door real quick up the street 2 blocks around the corner to Tyler Perry Bishop. You already know. My life alone, you will always have something to write about. Always. You always gonna have a story. After that, thank you for your time. It's gonna be time to get our locks in a Lockefeller. I'm in chair one. Wait, is she could be a doctor. We don't know, but she could be. But if she not, we about to speak that thing. Mother Ava Duvernay, I'm in chair one. She in chair two. We're gonna do what it do, chopping it up. Thank you for your time. It's gonna be time to go to church. After we do praise and worship, Dr. Holly Carter, we're gonna meet in a vestibule. I can't stand that word. Why do people say that? We're gonna meet in a foyer. That's even worse. That's even worse. In the vestibule in the foyer. Okay, it makes sense in my head. So all I'm gonna say is when it happens, think it not strange. You feel me? Okay. All right. So as you guys know, on this show, we like to pay homage and represent all the awareness ribbons of the world. Now, we love breast cancer, but that is not the only ribbon. I'm gonna put that out there. So, without further ado, Gabe, can you tell us what the awareness ribbon for this month is, please? Okay. Is that gynecology? I can't see. Gabe, remove the ribbon awareness so I can see what it says. Okay. Gynecologic. Okay. Cancer Awareness Month. What's the color, Domo? I'm glad. Gabe, we not in September. Gabriel Alexander. Gabriel Alexander. We're not in September, big dog. Don't try to rush the year. They're already going by fast. Please don't try to rush the months. Ciao. Woo. But I do see. Okay, because it's okay. We're gonna let that one slide. I'm taking 10 cents. $5 fine. $5 fine. FYI. I didn't know that needs to be a FYI. Welcome. Welcome. We welcome you once, we welcome you twice. We welcome you 3 times in the name of Jesus Christ. Tim, my guy. What up, though? Love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. All right, so it's okay. Y'all know that we represent. Hi, Mama Sonia, love you. Y'all know that we represent the wedding ribbon. So don't even act brand new around here. You feel me? It don't even matter because you already know. You already know what's up. To be continued. We be back. We'll be back with that. Thank you. All right, so real quick, I don't know. Do we? Hey, let me just say this because I know that I'm a little different, but do we celebrate like milestones in the disability department? Because okay, hear me out. So I have been doing MRIs for we're about to hit 30 years. We're about to hit 30 years. And I kind of feel like that needs to be celebrated. Everybody can't say that. Everybody can't say that they've been in a tube. Love you, bestie. Everybody can't say that they've been in a tube with no claustrophobic syndrome, or symptoms for 30 years. Some people, let me say this, some people don't even have a job more than 30 days. So imagine, I've been doing MRIs for 30 years. All I'm saying is I feel like that needs to be celebrated. That's huge. I don't know. What say ye? What y'all think? I'm just saying because I've heard stories of people that have experienced doing MRIs and they look at the tube and they lose it. They just see the machine and they see where you're gonna be laid in. And they say, no, thank you, I'll pass. Can I just get an x-ray, please? So imagine my very first MRI session was a solid 8 hours. I mean, easy. And I have made double platinum, triple platinum albums being in the MRI machine. I mean, like, made millions of records, slept, best sleep of my life in an MRI machine. Everybody don't have that testimony. And there's been stories. Let's be very clear. There has been stories. There was a time where I thank you, Tim. You feel me? I feel like that needs to be a celebration. For real, for real. What if people start celebrating like random stuff like that? I don't feel like that's random, but I just think that that's huge. 30 years. Uh yeah, I think so. I'm gonna set that up. Are y'all coming? I want all y'all to be invited. I want all you guys to be invited to the barbecue. Well, I can't eat barbecue to be honest. So we probably not gonna have barbecue. We may have some wings. No, we're going to have some wings. And we're gonna add a little corn on the cob in there too. Okay. The wings is gonna be on the menu. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I think that that needs to be celebrated. I'm just putting it out there. And for those that want to celebrate things like that, I feel like you should. You know, I'm just saying. Well, that's my story. I'm taking to it. All right, so next up, I am super excited. I am super excited about my next guest. Like, her energy is already top tier, bro. Like, she's already top tier. And I love her hair color. I need to get mine dyed like that. I'm just saying. Gabe, Gabe, if you want to be on the show, just say that. Golly, man. I see y'all comments. Yes, mom, 9 years old. Vic, thank you. Because we in there. Yeah, 8 hours. Exactly. All right, so my next guest, I'm super, super, super excited. Of course, you guys already know that I don't know her story ahead of time. So I'm grateful and super, super, super excited to hear what she is going to tell us. I can't wait to hear her journey. All right, let's bring her out. Like, what we waiting for? Gabe, could you please bring out Miss Irene, please? Hey, girl.
Oh, so happy to be here.
Ah,
You,
thank you.
oh my God, what you shared, I could relate to some of it.
Yes,
30 years of
yes,
MRIs,
yeah. I,
eight
I'm glad
hour.
somebody understands. I'm glad
Yeah.
somebody understands. Thank you so, so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. Can you please tell us where you're from and the name of your disability or medical condition?
So my name is Irene Veksberg. I was actually born in Belarus. So,
What
for
is that?
former Soviet Union. So I speak
Wow.
Russian.
Wow.
Yeah. And I came to United States when I was 12 years old. So I've lived here a very long time. And um, so my disability, it's really hard to pinpoint because I've really never gotten a diagnosis because my disability came from a car accident that
Oh,
left
wow.
me in tons of pain, lack of stability and mobility, and on involuntary muscle movement and spasms where my body would freeze and I wouldn't be able to move. So the things that the doctors have told me that um, that how do I explain? It's because it's like not a really diagnosed, but they diagnosed me with little things like chronic regional pain syndrome. They
Mm,
diagnosed me, of course, with the depression, PTSD, and like many different names, but not one specific. Because for them, I was just like a guinea pig. They could not understand what was happening to me, and they created this thing that basically destroyed my life because
oh, wow.
they didn't treat the pain, invisible illnesses. I also
Hmm.
learned that. And that was like,
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? Because when your body is on fire, and that's how my body was from pain, doctors cannot measure it. So they don't believe you,
Right. Right.
right?
Exactly.
So I have many different things, but not one solid.
And that's totally fine. We definitely want to talk about it. So you said that it all stemmed from a car accident. So can you share with us exactly like what happened?
Sure. So 15 years ago, I was on my way to celebrate my 43rd birthday, and a gentleman T-boned us, and my life was never the same. And so the pain began slowly and surely creeping and creeping. And, went to the doctors. They cannot see anything. And, here's a pill, here's a little bit of medicine, here's an x-ray, here's an MRI. And none of it was working. And it took me 9 months to get the epidural. So I think that the struggle happened from that point on because I was in so much pain. And as I progressed in that pain and finally kind of got that epidural, I was on Vicodin and Norco and Oxycontin,
Mm,
and I'm a
wow.
hairdresser by trade. So my business was falling apart. I couldn't do hair. Um, and it was hard. Like I was a
Yeah.
single mother. I'm still a single mother. My child is helping me with all of this. So all of that like piled up, and then
Yeah.
the doctors don't care. They don't understand. I mean, maybe they care, but again, they can't pinpoint the pain. They're like, "Why are you here for my meds?" Well, because
Hmm.
my body's on fire. I can't feel my toe.
Yeah.
And when you don't have good insurance, I remember going to emergency room 36 hours one time. I waited before the even registering in me. That's how packed the emergency room was. So fast forward, the pain was so bad that 9 epidurals, 4 hip injections, tons of different things. They tested me for Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig disease, MS. Like I prayed that I have something because
Yeah.
if you have a name for something, then the doctors may be able to, you know, help
Treat
you,
it. Exactly.
right? And I have no name, just pain. And so slowly the brain was so tired that it starts slowly releasing the shaking. And when that happened, they had no idea what to do with it because they actually didn't believe it was coming non-voluntarily.
Right.
And I would tell them, go ahead, please shake. Show
Yeah.
me, like do it. And there was one doctor that finally I was so exhausted. I was like in my last prayer pretty much. I was praying for miracle that I didn't believe in. 6 years trying to figure it out, praying to God, asking God, and like, you don't hear me. Why are you leaving me? Like, why aren't
Right.
you working with me? And I knew, I mean, after the fact, I knew He was there with me the whole entire time.
Yeah.
And I went and paid out of pocket. A friend of a friend said, this doctor may be able to help you. I'm like, whatever it takes, because everything I was doing and doctors was doing, nothing. And they took it one time, they took this kind of needle and they poked me in my leg. It was painful. And they're like, well, we don't see anything. Like, I'm shaking the whole entire time. They're like, oh,
Oh
I
my
didn't know what you're
gosh.
doing. Maybe you're cold. I'm like, I mean, now it's a funny, but I mean, it's not even funny. Like, what bring
Yeah.
talking, taking about it, like it can feel like I'm about to like cry here because
Yeah.
I felt so neglected, and
Mm,
it is just so hard when you're trying to. I like literally had to become an advocate for myself. You
yeah.
walk into a doctor's room, and some of them didn't even know why you were there.
Wow.
And one time I was so angry. She's like, "Oh, Miss Veksberg, what are you here for?" I said, "Did you look at my file?" "Oh, I had no time." And I was so like, I don't know. I glanced at it. I don't know if I have all
Wow.
the information. I said, "The records is down on second floor. Should I go get them for you?" And I
Right.
said,
Right.
"This sounds like medical neglect." And I
Mm,
had to literally use those words in order to get some care.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to this doctor that specializes in cancer patients and their pain management. And when I
Mm-hmm.
walked into the room and I was shaking, it's like, oh my God, Irene, blah, blah, blah. I didn't understand anything. But what he was saying at the time, but what he was saying, you're going to be okay. I understand what's happening to you
Right.
because this happens in cancer patients because there's so much pain and they cannot
Mm-hmm.
handle it, maybe chemo, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever is going on with them, that the part of the brain that deals with pain cannot handle it, and it's released it in that way. And he gave me another prescription for $250 a pop that did nothing.
Oh wow.
That did nothing. I still had an epidural. I still had to take meds. And the journey is crazy with all of it. And I was like, so what's now, God?
Right. Oh my
Because
goodness.
it was so devastated. You know, I mean, your audience understand when you feel like you're a prisoner of your own body,
Yeah.
that you feel so broken
Mm-hmm.
and you don't see a way out, and the only thing is promised a cane, a walker, and I had both those things, and then a wheelchair. Like, oh, sorry. it,
It's
it was
okay. It's
just so
okay.
it was so hard because as a mother, like, I felt like I failed, that I
Mm.
could not get myself out of this situation, that it
Mm-hmm.
was out of my hands. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the tools, and I've been in some dire situation, but this one, because it's involved my daughter, that
Right.
I felt so broken that I could not see myself living in that place of disability. I mean, it's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. Like, I have
Yeah.
amazing friends and customers that, in the wheelchair, and they have an amazing full life jumper plate, but I could
Right.
not see that for myself. So I actually prayed to go.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's real.
instead of fighting for my life, because people always said, but you have beautiful grandchildren and you have two beautiful daughters. But I felt like I would be a nuisance and a
Mm.
baggage, and that uh, um, uh, just like that they would stop their life for me, and I did not
Wow.
want that to happen for them. I
Wow.
was like, if I go, they'll cry and they will be sad, but eventually life goes on, and I just didn't want to be a burden. And that is the, like, part of my story that hurts me the most, that even I could not fight for my children, and I sat
Mm.
there 6 years ago, 8 years ago, with a bottle of vodka, of course I'm Russian, and my pills, and I said, how fast what combination will take me away the fastest? And
Wow.
I said, God, I'm done. Like, I'm so done. And God said, not on my time. You, girl, you keep praying for that miracle. I'm like, I'm so exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have anything in me. I just want my body to be in peace and rest, and
Yeah.
like, because it's a feeling of loss. Like, I was so
Yes.
disgusted with myself.
Wow.
So I prayed, like, God asked for a miracle, just to have a little bit better quality of life. Like, I didn't ask for a lot. And I was very specific, and I explained what I needed. And I promised if he answered that I will share my testimony about God having me when I didn't have him, that I
Wow.
had no faith anymore. But he still had faith in me, and that I didn't believe in miracles, but he still sent me one.
Wow.
And, you know, yes, the product that changed my life became my purpose to share it, to give an option to live a better quality of life. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not the message. The message that the worst relationship with God that I had at that time, right? He never left my side.
Wow.
That he was still there. I didn't see it, but I felt it in a bizarre way because I still prayed, even though I didn't believe it. It gave me
Yeah.
comfort,
Yeah.
but I was still mad.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
real.
8 years. 8 years now. I shared that God got me when I didn't have myself, and that He answered my prayers, even though I did not believe in them. I didn't believe in blessings. I didn't had faith. I didn't believe in
Uh-huh.
magic of miracles
Yeah.
anymore. But I still received it.
Wow. One, I definitely want to commend you for your vulnerability because that's real. And a lot of people they don't see that part. When you're just dealing with so much, especially physical, and you're tired and you're just like, I rather you don't want to put any pressure on anybody, you don't want to put a burden on anyone, and you feel like sometimes you're a burden because you're kind of helpless and hopeless. And you get to the place to where you just like, all right, if you just take me, then everybody's life will be better. And that's so real. So I really, really, really commend you for being that open and honest about where you were, because that's a real feeling for people that do deal with medical conditions all the time. You feel like you just don't have a break.
Yeah,
But
and
I'm
that's how I
so
felt.
glad.
That's
That's
how I
deep.
felt. That I didn't have a break. It just got worse and worse
Yeah.
and worse, and I had no control of my body, my mind, nothing. Like the
Yeah.
the world was falling apart, and but it actually was coming together. I was sharing this many
Exactly.
years ago, 8 years ago, when I started doing this, sharing my story, the worst, the best, and the ugliest, and the triumphs. And when I said that I gave up, this beautiful said, Irene, you didn't give up, you surrendered. Like I
Yeah.
literally surrendered. I said, God, you make the decision. But me being Russian, surrendering it was completely different meaning. I'm like, what are you talking to me? Surrender? Who's surrendering here? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
vision was, the white flag, and you're standing
Yeah.
there, you're surrendering. But no, it was in a more of a biblical way, and they was. But so
Yes.
I had to
Yeah.
really learn that meaning of surrendering in a godly way. Like I just let go
Sheesh.
and made him the driver. I don't even drive, so he was driving the car. So it was so powerful. That interview was supposed to be like 15 minutes, but because it got so deep,
Yeah.
um, that he went on longer. But like, oh my God, there's a difference between surrendering, giving up, and surrendering in a way that you're trusting God will make the right decision for you.
You
So
know
it was.
what? I
Mhm.
love you already. You are so dope because that is literally what we've been talking about at our church. Surrendering your identity for God's identity. Literally, that's what we've been talking about. Surrendering who you think who you are for God, giving it all to Him. And something that was just taught last week is our weakness is His strength. We got to be weak in order for Him to do His thing. That,
Oh, absolutely. And I believe that's when the prayer was answered. That, first of all, I said, I'm
yes.
done carrying this burden. Like, free me from this brokenness, right? That's exactly how, like, you know, understanding it now in that moment of praying. I just like I didn't care. I'm like, God, leave me alone. Here's the prayer you're asking me for, but I released it. And you don't understand it when you go through the fire. You only understand when the fire is done. And that's why it
Yes.
is so important for me to come and share. And I've been doing it. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so she's there's so much, because the first this car accident is an extension from the first car accident when I had my life after death experience, um, that I actually met God and had a conversation with Him, but it came full circle. So there's just so many
What?
layers
Because we got to talk
of
about
how
that.
we
We got to
got
talk
here.
about it. we got to talk about that part because if it comes full circle, then we got to know we got to know the before and how you got here.
Okay,
So, what happened?
okay. So my first car accident happened at 23 years old with my child in the car, my first husband. The same exact way, T-boned. Everything was the same. And the car got smushed. It was a drunk driver. Literally, they cut me off jaws of life. And I saw everything from on top of the car, right? Like I was hovering over the car.
Yeah.
Then I went into the tunnel, saw the light. I got into a room, white, except the chair was black and the movie projector. Sorry, I use my hands a lot. You can't help it.
It's okay.
And I saw a movie projector, and I saw myself running from fields of flowers. And then first I saw myself being miserable in my marriage, and then I saw myself running through fields of flowers. And it said everything's going to be okay. And I'm Jewish by birth, but spiritual by life. But Jesus
Mm.
came to me and touched my hand. That's what it was. I mean, like I share this all the time, and people try to put me in this little box of how they want my relationship with Him to be. But it's my own personal one, a special one. Touched me in my shoulder and said, "Irene, you're not." I know I have conversations with God, and they're really cool. He said, not yet. You can't stay here. I know this is peaceful for you. I know you've been through a lot, and you're gonna go back, and you're gonna be going through some things. Like he decided to get a divorce, and I was like one of the first in my family, but I didn't care. I was so miserable. And he said, "You're gonna learn.
Mm.
You're gonna teach. You're gonna guide people to the higher power and into their lightness." I'm like, me? What in the world I'm going to teach? Of course, I'm taking. I need to learn. But he said, you're gonna teach and you're gonna guide. And 23 years later, 20 years later, the second car accident was something that I did not do. I promised God that I was going to continue sharing that message that I went to heaven. I met God. He gave me an assignment that I did not fulfill. I
What?
stopped sharing. Yeah, I swear to God, it all came to me that I stopped sharing it and that I needed to slowly start resharing it because it all connects. You know how we put things out, but we don't practice or we
Yes.
don't step into that power? Talking, the universe doesn't understand. It just vibrates. So if we don't take control of our thoughts and what we put out, the universe is going to take that control. So the second correction, I said I need to reorganize my business. This were people on my chair that are like vampire, didn't appreciate what I was giving them, what I was doing. I had to get rid of some friends that kind of strayed their way. And I didn't do all of that. But I was saying I need to reorganize. So what is God does? God says, do you know something? Just gonna take everything away from you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, and you're gonna girlfriend, you're gonna start from scratch. But he threw a little bit of pain, a lot of pain, losing a business. He wanted me to completely reinvent myself. And when the car accident happened, I said, "Oh my God!" Literally, that came through my mind. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. This. So, when God answered, I understood and I committed to that assignment. I understood that I had to go through some of what I've been through to only now speak from actual experience, not superficial. Like, we can feel empathy, but when you live in that chronic pain, when you lose that business, when you lose your mindset, when you lose hope, when you lose faith, when you're telling God, leave me alone and I don't want to hear from you, like, why are you doing this to me? It becomes a completely different story. Now I can do it in a completely different way. And when first conversation with God said, you're going to lead them to light, you're going to learn, here we are. I just shared my testimony. I'm about to take your audience and guide them through the light and let them know that the difficult moment doesn't define them. It gives them the superpower, but you don't know that until you reclaim your own superpower. But that has to happen sometimes, unfortunately. You lose yourself in that pain, you lose yourself in that depression, you lose yourself in that struggle, and then you rise up. And it just literally comes full circle. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, because when I start talking, I cannot stop talking about
No,
it,
I
because
love it.
I
I
want
love
you to
this.
hear. I thank you. I want you to hear that God is walking with you, even though you don't see Him. He's waiting for that just precious moment when He feels you got the lesson, and I got the lesson. I was at this challenge um, through COVID. I was in such a like dark place, and I jumped into this 7 day challenge, and it was so full. It was so full of magic. And on Sunday, I was like, I don't want to hear anything more. You gave so much to me, and it was a pastor that was going to talk. I love church. I mean, I pray anywhere. God is everywhere. We're in church now.
Yeah.
That's how it feels to me. Like you can have a sermon on the corner, and I was like, I get it. I don't want to take space, right? I don't want to take space, but this little voice again kept saying, tapping. God taps on your shoulder. You better listen. And he's like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, go. Go, listen, just for a few minutes and you can go. The moment I turned on, the pastor was saying, God chose you for this mission. God knew that you're going to struggle, you're going to go through some pain, but you're going to get to the other side and you're going to lead people to their own light. But don't waste your pain, lean into it, right?
Hmm.
Make sure you share it. Don't keep your story to yourself. Wear that scars like an honor, because God chose you to go through. And I'm like crying. I understand the assignment even deeper. Like, why me? Why are you choosing me? I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I hate public speaking. I speak funny. I speak with an accent. I've been bullied. But God says you have to do it. Like He chose you for this assignment, and that certified everything. And I said, people will make fun of me. Maybe not. But like that moment, because I have a message, but I also have a product that comes along with God's gift. And I
Right.
didn't know how to do it because our community struggled with, oh, here's another thing, here's another thing, here's
Right.
another thing, and nothing worked. I was $15,000 in debt, but this miracle from God did work. I have a quality of life. You can
Yeah.
see me dancing, right?
Yeah.
And I always say, look, behind the dance, this was the struggle. So I show all of my journey, good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all out there for people to see. And I am doing God's work. He saved me. He gave me this mission. He gave me this purpose. He gave me a passion, took so much away, but He gave me so much more in return. And I'm so blessed.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Woo! And I'm gonna try not to cry when I say this because you have confirmed so much and you don't even know. Like even in our Bible studies where we've been teaching, I mean, just personal my personal life, like I was just don't cry. Um
It's okay. Go, girl, cry. I've cried 3 times already here. It's beautiful. I got you.
ah, just this past Sunday I was tapped out because just physical stuff just was happening back to back to back and I just couldn't I was tapped out. Just I was like, all right, God, I don't have that much strength left. I'm strong, but I'm kind of done. Um, and just you talking and you saying like lean into the problem, lean into because that's where your help comes from. And I needed that because sometimes you can get to a place to where you just tired of fighting. I mean, you just tired, and you just tapped into so much that we've been learning during Bible study. We've been learning at church, the teachings. I mean, you just confirmed so much, and I'm just so grateful that you've used your testimony to share not only where you've been through, but where you're going and how good God really is in the midst of the mess.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The mess is the glory, right? Because when we
Right.
go through it, right, we, from the rain, from the a storm, there's a rainbow, right? And I am
Right.
at the rainbow part, right? And how do I not share that rainbow with others to give hope, right? In many ways, uh, restored faith, right? Believing in that miracle, trusting the process,
Yeah.
um, continue knocking on those doors, finding your own solution for your own self,
Right.
right? It's not easy because we're tired, we're physically, emotionally, financially, the
Yeah.
toll it takes on us, right?
Yeah.
And look, and also people don't talk enough about how we have to completely see ourselves in a different light. I
Mm-hmm.
lost a very successful hairdressing business. I went from being booked 3 months in advance and had a waiting list to an empty appointment book. For
Wow.
years, I could not open that appointment book because, like, I literally had to have a funeral of that dream, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard. I had to recreate myself because I identify myself as a hairdresser. I still do hair one, just a little bit. I don't have that
Yeah.
clientele,
Right.
but physically can't handle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard standing on my
Yeah.
feet, and I got my body when it's functioning. I don't want to make it worse. I want to keep it as is. So gentle,
Right.
being gentle with yourself.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
pivoting and had to reinvent myself. So it's not easy, and we don't talk enough about that old version and how we have to really figure out the new version.
Yeah, and be content with
Yes,
what you aren't anymore. So
yes, and
that's
it's
not
hard.
you. It's yeah. I mean,
It's hard.
you tapped you are- you all right with me. You all right
Well,
with
so
me.
right
Because
back
this
at you,
is
girl.
I
Mm,
love you. I'm walking with you for life because you tapped in
mm.
something so deep when you said that the first car accident you were told an assignment, you were told to do certain things by God, and you didn't do that. So you had to relive the exact same, the exact same situation regarding the accident to God, for God to get your attention because you didn't do it right. And then not only that, you had to lose some things in order to gain some things. I just think that is just so dope because when God tells you to do something and you don't do it, he gonna catch your attention. It don't matter. No, no, no. You gonna have to do it. You gonna have to go back to your first word and do what I said. That was so deep because that is just something that we've been talking about. I've given God and Yanni, because goodness, she's been teaching on the church, the seven churches in Revelation, and one of the churches, God told the people, I've given you a chance. I've given it to you. You didn't do it, so now I gotta take stuff away so you can go back and do your first work and do it right. Do what I said. That is just so that's so good. That's so good. That's so rich. That's so needed for people that feel like they could just do whatever. God is king.
Amen. In my book, and listen, yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting journey finding re knowing myself, right?
Yeah.
Like things that I do now, I could never imagine. Everything that I hated, or maybe not
Right.
hated, dislike it,
Yeah.
I'm doing it, right? Public speaking, writing, it
Yeah.
has saved my
Yeah.
life, but it doesn't, spelling is not my biggest triumph. Like
Right.
but it doesn't matter. The message gets given, and people don't want to share their story because they're going to be judged. But I say to you, share your story. I am here because somebody else shared their story of the miracle they found. It came full circle. A friend of mine that was looking for a miracle found that story on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
said, I really look, and I'm like, go away. And that's another thing. Let me. This is even more important when you pray. pray with open heart and open mind, because your miracle will not come the way you pray for it. It will come how God is about to deliver it to you. It's in His time, His way, and His miracle. Because I said no to the miracle, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I didn't want to be disappointed,
Wow.
because I learned to live with the pain. And you know, girl, we know how to handle. We put that smile on and we rock and rolling with you. But
Yup.
inside, you're dying, your back hurts, your feet on fire, your headache, like, level 20, but you're still smiling.
Right.
So I said no for many of those reasons. And Heinz 57, I realized that, we don't pray with open heart and open mind, because, in our community, right, we expect the doctors to give an answer, a pill, a shot, or surgery. My gift, God, I prayed that I don't want that anymore. I prayed for drug free, non invasive, and no chemicals, and a mission purpose driven product if it's a business. And I received it exactly that, but I said no to it for 4 months. But
Wow.
thank God, God said, not on my time. And my friend sent it to me, and here we are.
Okay,
So
come
pray with
on.
open heart, open mind, and, just think out of the box, not always
Yeah.
inside the box. The
That's
miracle
so
is in front of
good.
you sometimes.
That's really, really good because sometimes we do have a set idea of how we want our blessing to look. And that's
Yeah,
not how God wants it to look. And that's not even how God expects us to have it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
so were you at our Bible study? Like, have you been at our church? Because you are just
No,
confirming so
it
much that we have been talking about over the past few weeks, and it's just so good to know that this is the consistency of what everybody is talking about. We're all on the same page mentally about how God is and who God is in our lives, and I think that I'm
Listen, the message comes from the higher power. We don't know each
so
other. You gave me
good.
no questions. I come to this every day, a couple of times a day, and I just allow the message to just come through me. It's my journey, it's my story, and with God helps me deliver it.
I appreciate you letting God use you. It's verbally. I appreciate you letting God use you verbally on this show to confirm what we've been talking about.
Oh,
And for people out there that may be having questions, may be unsure, and
trusted.
maybe in this wave of um being told what you were supposed to do and you're not and you didn't do it. You don't want to have to go through all that just to listen to God. Do it the first time. I think this is just so Mom, thank you. It's so good. I love this too. This is so good and I appreciate you sharing your story. I appreciate you sharing your journey. I appreciate you giving us confirmation and encouraging words. You gave us a lot of confirmation, but you also gave us words and affirmations that we need to use in our lives to we always gotta do a self-check. Where we at? God, where we at? We always gotta do a self-check. That's I like you.
Oh, I told you
I,
I've been waiting for this conversation. I knew it was going to be super duper amazing, and it is. You're amazing. When I saw first
thank
time I
you.
saw you saying I need a guest, I'm like, oh my god, the coloring, the vibe, just
Thank you.
it's God's will. We're here, not mine. I
Yes.
wake up every morning and I say, God, bring me the right people that needs to hear my message, my purpose, my passion, and it will help me deliver to the world. And I go to sleep. I say, thank you the same way for bringing me
Yep.
the right people that will help me bring this message to the world. I can't do it alone,
Yeah.
So I trust that, and it's the most interesting thing. This year has been the most amazing stress-free year for me, because January 1st I said, something, there's no plans, it's only God's plan. I am
Yeah.
going to trust him, and he's going to lead the way. And I said, I'm not going to worry about money. If I have $2 or $200 or whatever, $2,000, God will provide. I've never been without. And this year is the first year that I gave all of it to God. And I said, you
Wow.
are the driver. Come back to me and drive me. And the doors, the opportunities, the souls that has brought me from, and I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about mentally,
Yeah.
physically and emotional way. The love, the support, the doors that have opened for me, the seeds that I have planted, the collaboration that came my way is out of this world. There's no stress. I'm just blessed. That's my new saying.
Bar. That was a bar.
I'm
That's
I'm not stressed. I'm blessed. That's been
I'm
like
not
this for
stressed. I'm
six
just like,
months, and I cannot tell you, it's been so amazing. Like I'm just gonna let God do it.
and don't he do it so well?
Yes, and there's a saying in our culture: people make plans, and God laughs at them. And that my life's been a joke. This has been amazing because in
Okay.
the end, God still has the wheel, and we made plans, but He has His own plans for us. And I had to
Mhm.
learn through this car accident. I have to learn trust that more, right?
Wow.
Trust that whatever meant for me will always find me, and whatever is not meant for me, I will never be able to hold on to it. And that made my life so much easier when I learned that lesson.
Yeah. I love that. Thank woo, you've just you've got you I'm ignited. I'm ignited. I'm excited.
I'm so
I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that you have graced us, and I'm grateful that you have shared your story. Um it's just so much confirmation and encouraging, and I thank God that he puts people in your life for such a time as this, and you were definitely a
thank
blessing
you.
for sure. Thank you so much, Miss Irene, for gracing the stage. I appreciate it, for sharing your story. Thank you so much for thank you. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
could just say, because you said so many confirming words, like
Mm,
thank you so much. But before you go, we have a before you go question. Gabe,
sure.
what is the before you go question, sir? What was the worst style choice? What was the worst style choice you ever made?
God, I've done so many. I don't know. You know, style is nothing. Like I just throw clothes on, so probably every day is the worst style. Like I'm not into like clothes. I know I'm a hairdresser, should be in fashion, but like clothes are clothes. I just throw a t-shirt in some jeans. Not very
And just live your
fashionable
life.
here. And I just
I
live
love it.
my life. Yeah, I was thinking of my hair. Oh, if we're talking about my hair, my hair is curly and I permed it one
Uh-huh.
time on top of the curler, and oh my god, I was like, God, and it was like this like cotton freeze ball, and I was like, I had to cut it most of it off. That was probably the worst. I wanted my
That was
hair
the
to be
worst.
curly. Yeah, didn't work out well. But otherwise, yeah, clothes are nothing.
That's true. Clothes don't make a person. Yeah, that is
Exactly.
true.
Clothes
That's
don't make a person. Yeah.
clothes don't make the
We make the
person.
clothes shine bright.
Period. That's on period.
Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss
You're
Irene, for
welcome.
gracing the stage. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. You have just blessed me on 19 different levels, and we locked in for life.
Yeah. Amen
I
here.
love me some
Well,
you.
amen.
Gabe's gonna put you in the
Yes,
back.
so,
Don't log off
yeah.
though. Thank you, girl.
Thank
Girl, she has confirmed. Okay, this was so good. She has confirmed so much that we have been literally talking about the past it's been a month now. It's been a little over a month that we have been talking about. I'm child. Can you not stop me now? If y'all see me acting brand new, it's God. Okay, because I just got checked. And that's on period. And I love it. We love a good iron sharpens iron over here. That's what we do. Iron sharpens iron. Y'all better get right. You heard it. That was not just a person. God was speaking through her. So if y'all need to replay this because she gave some great nuggets for sure. Thank you, Miss Irene, so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it. I'm just at like a 42 right now. Y'all gotta excuse me because that just really fired me up for sure. All right, so I need to wrap this up because I need to go like read my Bible or something. All right, so church announcements. Next, I know. Yes, thank you, Miss Irene. Church announcements. Next Tuesday, we are live in living color. 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, and 9 p.m. Eastern. We live and living color. Also, if you or someone that you know wants to be a guest on the show that feels comfortable with sharing their story, please let me know. Holla at me. Let me know what's up. Because one me and Ray ain't going nowhere. And that's on period. Now, disclaimer, if you or if someone that you do know has a paper cut, stub their toe, or hit their elbow. Wait, that was a bar. I was. They can't be on the show. Wait, that whole line was a bar. We gotta deal with some real life stuff over here. You feel me? As you can tell, we deal with real life stuff. If you want to be a part of the top tier community, you gotta deal with some real life stuff. Real life stuff. Stuff that only God can get you through. Okay? Stuff that don't even make no sense. And God is the only one. That kind of stuff. Paper cut. I'm gonna need you to get some nail spawn. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting. I appreciate it. I'm gonna say it every single episode because you guys don't have to at all. Y'all could be doing something else. Y'all could be skipping. Y'all could be playing hopscotch. I don't know. Something. But I appreciate it so much. Thank y'all. Don't log off though. Don't because after this, thank you, Big. Appreciate you. Love you, big dog. Love you, best friend. Yeah, don't log off the. Okay, Gabe, could you get me on the screen because I need to go read my Bible or something. My guests are too fly to pass by. Bars! Yo, that was good. My guests are too fly to pass by. Domo, you done did it again. Good night. I mean, you can't even keep up with yourself at this point. Gosh, that was good. My guests are too fly to pass by. That was top tier. Is all I'm saying.